Hey, what's happening guys? It's Bharat for iGyaan, and today we're going to be unboxing the new Xiaomi Redmi Note 4. Now it's called the Note 4. It's not yet launched in India, and we got it from this website. I'm going to leave a link right here, and also the link in the description. Now the good thing about this website is that mostly if you order Xiaomi or any of these phones from China, they usually come with Chinese as the main language. Over here, the guys that I bought this from, they let you choose your language and also will replace the charger to give your country specific charger, which is a great thing. So they do open the box, but they reseal it and then send it. So I guess in a way it's a good thing. So as you can see over at the back, some specifications are here. It does support 4G on both SIM cards. All of this stuff is mostly in Chinese, but you do have the MediaTek Helio X20, 13 megapixel, 5 megapixel. It's a 4100 milliamp hour battery, which is massive. This device should be launched in India for somewhere in the 12 or 11,000 rupees price bracket in the coming months. But let's go on ahead and unbox it. I'm going to go fetch my knife, and I'm back. Now, of course, you can go to the link in the description and check out the current prices. These guys will deliver. In some cases, they will also take care of customs for you. So if you're willing to pay the duty upfront, they will take care of customs duty as well, which is a great thing. You don't have to deal with any of that. So as you can see over here, it's the golden color variant. Now this is a 64 gigabyte variant. So you do get a Redmi Note 4 quick start sort of guide. It'll tell you a bunch of things. There is a USB port at the bottom. Awesome. There are some touch buttons. But most of this stuff is in Chinese because it's not been launched for global use yet. You do have a SIM ejector tool, which is awesome. Let's go further in. So over here you can see the micro USB cable, and then you have the Xiaomi Charger. Again, now this is going to be your country specific. I wasn't very specific when I was ordering this. So they sent me a flat pin charger, the kinds that's used in the US. About everything from the box. Let's take a look at the device itself. I'm going to get rid of this plastic protector real quick. And I'm going to get rid of the sticker at the bottom. Let's see if this device has any power. Before it starts up completely, let's do a quick one over with the device. If you do buy this phone from China or from the website that we've ordered from, this should be a CDMA equipped device. So you should get the ability to use a CDMA SIM card in it if you still have one of those lying around. I in fact do have one of those lying around, so it should work without any problems. As you can see, it sort of is pre-shifted to English, which is a great thing. So I don't have to worry about getting into settings and figuring out the language and everything. So you have a 5 megapixel f2 camera, and then below that you have a 5.5 inch 1920 by 1080p display. Over at the bottom here, you can see the 3 Android capacitive buttons. They are below the screen. You can also turn on screen buttons in case you want that. So you have a multitasking button. You also have a back button, and then you have the home button over here. At the bottom of the device, you can see 2 grills. I'm assuming one is a microphone, one is a speaker, because I don't see any mic on the front. I will check this when I play some audio. And then you have a standard micro USB connector. Over at the right, you have the power button along with the volume rocker. It's a single button. And over the top, you have a secondary noise cancellation microphone, a standard 3.5mm headphone jack, and an IR blaster, so you can control your appliances, etc. And then over at the left is where the SIM card will go in. Hybrid tray, so you get a SIM1 tray, and then you get a micro SD and a SIM2 tray, so you can use either of those as per your requirement. So over at the back, you have a 13 megapixel f2 camera. Now this is a dual LED equipped camera, so that's great. You can capture 1080p video, which is a sort of disappointment. I would have expected at least 4K now, but I guess with the chipset that it has, which we'll talk about in just a second. You also have the fingerprint scanner, which is over here. Ideal location if you're holding the phone in either of your hands. The index finger would be the finger to use. I mean, unless you hold your phone like this, but mostly it's the index finger. So nothing else. You have a nice aluminum unibody shell, mostly like the Redmi Note 3, but you do have tapered edges over here, so that's great. You have the Mi logo, and that's mostly everything for the aesthetics of the device. Now let's get into what's running this. So we've got a MediaTek Helio X20 chipset, which is essentially the MT6797. It's got a Deca core, which is 10 cores of 2.1 gigahertz awesomeness. And then you have the Mali T880 MP4 GPU. Now this variant is a 64GB plus 3GB variant. It will also be available in a 16GB with 2GB variant. So ideally the price difference may not be that much, and the 64 plus 3GB variant would be my recommendation. If it suits your budget, then you should definitely go for it. As you can see, it's extremely fast and responsive. Out of the box, it's really snappy. You can see that running through menus. You do get some sort of elastic animation over here, which looks nice. So if you do decide to buy this phone from China or import it before it's officially launched, you can jump into the Mi App Store over here and then search for Google, and then you get this icon. It'll allow you to search for the Google apps. So I do have a Tata Indicom CDMA SIM. I'm going to pop this tray open and see if this is a CDMA compatible phone as well. It says emergency calls only. I might just get it. Great, so this is a CDMA phone, which is fantastic. I can finally let go of my previous phone. I'm getting a really good signal. CDMA signals are much better than Airtel and Vodafone and all. You can pull down from the top to look at your toggles. You can also push towards the left to have a quick glance at your notifications. You also have a brightness slide over here. You also have something called Mi Drop, which is essentially like AirDrop, so you can transfer stuff between devices. So to get Google on the device, first you make sure you have a SIM card in there. I did pop in a Tata Indicom SIM card and it seems to work just fine. So either of your networks can use a CDMA, GSM, 4G, 3G SIM card, so whatever you need. You can do that. As you can see, my Google Play things are installing. So what you need to do is you need to go into the Mi App Store, search for Google, and then you will get this application over here. Once you tap on that, you will get this Google installer. So you can't really read it in English because it's all in Chinese over here. But if you install this and then launch it, it will essentially download everything one by one, and will continue to ask you if you want to install all of these applications. You continue to click yes, allow the permissions to go through, and you should be able to run all your Google applications without any problem. So once you do that, it should work without any problems, should load up the Google Play Store without any issues. And then you can see that essentially the Google Play Store is now working. If you do want the standard launcher, you can do that. For example, I would like to get the Google keyboard. Now, if you do run into issues, guys, you might need to give the app permission. So in case you're unable to launch the Play Store after you installed everything, quickly jump into additional settings on your MIUI, then jump into privacy, and then jump into, I believe there is an app. So apps with usage access, and then you go into your downloaded apps, you get into the Google Play app, which I will find. So you get into Google Play Store, and then you go into your permissions manager and basically allow things that Google Play Store might need. If you do want to disable any of those things, once your Play Store does start working, you can disable the permissions. As you can see, the colors are really nice. Display viewing angles are really fantastic from all angles. You get a really nice wide view display. The display is also fairly bright. I've kept the brightness to slightly less right now, but it is also on auto brightness, but I can really pump it up. It's fairly bright. Should be easily visible indoors and outdoors. Now, you do have a fingerprint lock over here. Then you'll need a pin. So I'm going to set up a really secure pin over here. Once you've done that, it's going to ask you to add a fingerprint. So I'm doing that right now. So you need to constantly tap until it has fully recognized your finger. It says that I'm ready to rock apparently. So if I lock it, it fairly quickly unlocks. Let me see if I can show this to you guys. 3, 2, 1. It's fairly accurate. I'm barely tapping and it reads it. It takes a little while to get the screen on, but as you can see, it's fairly fast and responsive. Now, if you take a quick look at the camera, you can see that it's a fairly basic Xiaomi camera, but you can control your brightness with it real easily. So if you scroll up or scroll down, you get your brightness. If you swipe to the right, you get some filters for your camera. So you can see some of these filters are here. Switch to the left, we'll get some of these modes, the panorama timer, a full manual mode, which will allow you to select your ISO and also your white balance. Again, you can change the language by downloading certain Google applications. You do have native English as well. It does give you stuff in Chinese, as you can see over here. It is currently on MIUI 7, but MIUI 8 update is available. And as you can see over here, I'm going to quickly download that and check that out as well. So there you go, guys. This was the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4. Should be coming to India in the next month or so. So stay tuned for that. If you have any questions or queries, drop them in the comment section below. And you can check out more details on this phone on iGyaan.in. And make sure you hit the like button, guys, if you like this video. Do hit the subscribe button as well. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and Instagram, Snapchat, Vine. This has been Bharat. I'll see you in the next